Yep, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Alex Shows. Me, yo, it's Just Alex, aka your favorite community college dropout with opinions. How y'all doing today, man? You doing good, looking good, smelling good. Hope you feeling good. Uh, hope you had a good week thus far. It'll be what, Friday afternoon by the time you hear this, I'm sure. But hang on, give me 1 second. I gotta, I got, I gotta get some new equipment, man. My shit be coming apart. Hold on. I don't even know if y'all can hear me right now. I'm gonna have to listen back to this part to see if that shit picked up anything. But yeah, man, how y'all doing? How y'all week go? How has y'all's week gone? This week. I know I dropped early this week. I'm still maybe I shouldn't say that because I'm still debating on if I'm gonna drop this episode. Excuse me. If I'm gonna drop this episode in the morning or tomorrow afternoon because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck do I think I am? Dropping two episodes a week. I don't know. But hey, I'm low key kind of feeling it because I got a decent amount of things to left over to talk about from the last episode. Couple things have happened, or a couple things that I just left out. But either way, yeah, I'm feeling it. So y'all gonna get two this week. Y'all gonna get two this week. Make up for not dropping last week, so we can keep them episode numbers going up because I'm liking the consistency of it thus far. But again, like I said, I hope y'all had a good week this week. I hope you got some good plans lined up for the weekend. Is anything happening this weekend? I don't believe so. There's a couple albums that's coming out this week or today when you're listening to this. I know let me see. Summer Walker's project supposed to drop. Um what is this shit called? The Clear Part 2, I believe. That's the name of it. Um Hang on, give me 1 second. I didn't think I was gonna go into music because I had some just got some other stuff, but of course I was just on my phone. When I tell you I was just on my phone not 5 minutes ago and had decent signal, was watching a movie and everything, but now this shit, as soon as I want to record, this shit want to fuck up. But anyway, like I was saying, because this shit is not pulling up right now. I know the Summer Walker project is supposed to drop. Um, Other than that, I know Post Malone's supposed to put something out. Uh, I believe is Dirk supposed to put out another single? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I got that from somewhere else. I don't know. But it's supposed to be the only thing that I can think of right now. Oh, Amine. Amine is dropping. There's somebody I really fuck with. Amine is dropping he's dropping a collab tape with somebody. I wish my fucking phone would act right, bro. This shit really pisses me off. This literally only happens as soon as I plug my phone up in the to record, because it really hinders me as far as the shit that I can talk. Why the fuck is hold on, time out. Time out, time out, time out. Why is my maybe that's why. Yeah, or maybe that had something to do with why it was acting like that. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, like the shit's still not loading. But like I said, I know Summer Walker, like I said, Amine is supposed to be dropping a collab project with somebody. Post Malone is supposed to be dropping his first single. His album is supposed to come out, I want to say, in July, I believe. And I'm thinking it was somebody else, someone major, that was supposed to be putting out a album or at least a single or something, but can't think of what it is right now. And of course, like I said, my shit's not loaded, so we're not gonna harp on that too long. I'm gonna be back. Back next week to talk about that, I'm sure. But let me see. Oh, that's gonna really piss me off because I got a couple TikTok videos that's going along with these topics. So that's really gonna kind of piss me off if my shit don't want to load. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So let's see. Black excellence. Black excellence. What we got for black excellence? I did see earlier that Angel Reese was I don't know, picked or voted for to represent America in the women's Olympic team, I believe. I'm be I think she was picked for Team USA is what I'm thinking it was. Um, Let me see. Other than that, I meant to say this last week. Bronny, LeBron James' son, he committed to USC over the last week or so, and I want to say his NIL deals was like 5.7 million or something like that. Mind you, this little nigga is still in high school, so he ain't even made it to college yet, let alone the I finna say the NFL, let alone the NBA, and he's already a fucking millionaire. That shit is nuts, my nigga. Also, they in North Carolina. I don't think I talk about this. Yeah, I really don't think I talk about this. But in North Carolina, they just passed where high school students can now qualify for NIL deals too. So maybe I did talk about it. I don't know. My days and conversation be running together, but yeah, they just passed in North Carolina maybe a week or so ago. So shout out to the kids for that. That's gonna be actually I do know. I do remember talking about this now because I was finna say the exact same thing that I just said or that I was just about to say. But anyway, shout out to the kids for that. Hopefully that might be crazy as far as the high school goes. It's kind of crazy as far as the school goes too. I mean, as far as the college goes too. But at least with college, you can justify because they do be selling the college kids jerseys and whatnot. As far as high school, I don't think you can. Well, I'm pretty sure you can't buy in my where I'm from anyway. You can't buy the high school students jerseys or whatnot. But once I get to the college level, or I get to a level to where y'all. Once I get to a level where motherfuckers can other motherfuckers can profit off my name, you goddamn right I better be able to do that shit too and not have to worry about facing no repercussions and ineligibility problems because y'all want to be fucking greedy with y'all system because the way y'all system is set up. I think that's some bullshit. That goes along with why they stopped making the NCAA game a couple years ago because they stopped that shit in like damn, it's been a minute. They stopped this shit back in like oh oh nine, oh eight, oh nine, maybe a little bit before that. They stopped this shit a while ago, which was the NCAA college Madden games and whatnot. Or football video games is what I meant to say. But yeah, they stopped this shit a long time ago and that had a whole lot to do with it because the players felt like, you know, if if number if number 5, which at the time was like Reggie Bush, if number 5 for Reggie, if number 5 for USC on the video game is a star running back, and I'm number 5 in real life, that's a star running back for this team. I know that this motherfucker is modeled after me, so you goddamn right I want to be paid because you ain't modeling this shit after anybody else. You had me in mind because this motherfucker got my damn near my exact stats, features, build, and all that shit. You fucking right. You better pay me. But again, like I said, shout out to the kids for that. That's gonna make things very interesting because outside of like the obvious standouts of like a LeBron James son or Dwayne Wade's son or just somebody that's like an outstanding talent like that, who and what kind of deals are they gonna give? Because of course we're like again LeBron James son. I think this nigga already got a deal with Nike, if I'm not mistaken. But of course that comes with because LeBron has his lifelong deal, his lifetime deal with Nike. But again, outside of like the superstars who are already known because their parents or whoever their parents might be, or like I said, they're just outstanding superstar talent. What even are the possibilities of the NIL deals for high school students? Because a lot of the times they get underage, so it's a whole lot of them that they can't even really the products they can't really associate with when it comes to like I'm trying to think. I don't see like a Budweiser anybody sponsoring a college student really either because I feel like that would just paint the wrong picture. So I don't know. Maybe they still have the same opportunities because they still could do like the headphones or the thing. Well, would really be only limited to a certain amount of things. It would be like the headphones, some Beats by Dre's, the Bose, or maybe sports attire company like a Nike, Adidas, something like that. But outside of that, you really kind of limited because, like I said, it's the underage factor of a whole lot of this stuff because it's not gonna be like the beer companies and nothing like that. It's not gonna be like the I don't know, the fucking, it really, when it comes to high school students, it's not even gonna be like the cars and stuff like that because up until they seniors and about to graduate, a whole lot of them don't have their driver's license anyway. So I mean, I don't know. That's gonna be kind of interesting to see, just to see outside of, like I was saying, the sports companies and whatnot, the sports attire companies and whatnot, what type of NIL deal a college student could actually qualify for or would actually reach out to. I mean, I keep saying college student, but high school student, they will actually reach out to partner with in any kind of way. But who knows? We shall see. But shout out to the kids for that. Shout out to my nigga Jimmy XO too. I got to get bro on here because I see all the shit he doing for the kids with his YouTube channel. That nigga shit. And let me get that nigga his flowers, bro. I don't know if you listen. I don't know if you're gonna be listening like that, but if anybody listens to this, make sure y'all send this part to him. That man needs his flowers for what he's doing with everything he got going on, his YouTube channel and everything like that. I ain't gonna speak too much on it right now because I do want to have bro on here at some point so he can actually speak for himself. But make sure you can definitely go to what is his shit? What is the name of his shit? I follow it and I see it all the time. And I can't think of the name of it right there. I think it's Carolina Vision. Carolina Vision on YouTube. Definitely go, like I said, check bro out. He's doing a whole lot for the high school students and shit right now. So well, for my area anyway. So yeah, definitely go check out bro. Let me make sure I said that shit right. Let me make sure I just got the name of it right. I think it's Carolina Vision. Yeah, Carolina Vision Films. My fault, bro. Carolina Vision Films on YouTube. Like I said, make sure you go check bro out. It's definitely got some motion over there. I see that nigga post how many more subscribers and whatnot he got every other week or every other day, really. So I'm fucking with bro. I'm fucking with bro with everything you got going on. But anyway, let me see. Moving on from that. Let me see. What do I want to go? Do I want to? I ain't really touched on a whole lot of music in general, so it really don't matter where I go from here. Fuck it, keep it in the sports world. The Ja Morant situation, of course, that's still been a trending topic. It's only been a couple of days since I last recorded, but also just a couple of days since the incident actually happened, because it was over the weekend, so it's been just under a week.
Gun culture.
This I seen this video earlier, and it's JJ Redick on I don't know what show, First Take. So JJ Redick got heated First Take this morning. I'm assuming this was earlier this week. So I'm finna play this right now and give my
Gun culture is pervasive. It's pervasive. We've got mass shooting after mass shooting, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. So I get why we're so sensitive to this right now. But there's no consequence for Greg Abbott telling his constituents that they should go buy more guns, and then we have mass shooting after mass shooting in Texas. There's no consequence for an elected Tennessee official to send out a Christmas card holding AR.
And actually, I'm finna stop there because I forgot First Take is ESPN and ESPN is Disney. I don't want them fucking problems. So basically, basically what JJ Redick was saying, and you kind of get the gist of it. He was going down the road of painting this picture that guns aren't a problem in this country until I kind of want to play the rest of the shit. But again, I don't want no problems with Disney. How many more? Okay, I done talked in between it, so I done broke the shit up a little bit. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and finish the rest of it because there's not that much left to play on it. So here's the rest of it.
AR-15s with his young family, and then there's a shooting in his very district. There's no consequences to that. So why are we trying to lay down the hammer on a 23-year-old who didn't break a law? Explain that to me. Gun culture.
All right, so that was basically the gist of it. So as you just heard, he was basically saying that there was nothing illegal when it comes to Ja Morant owning and having possession of a pistol in the car. While that is very true. That is absolutely true. As far as I don't know exactly where he was at when the video took place, but in the state of Tennessee, I'm sure it's very similar to North Carolina. Actually, it is very similar to North Carolina in as far as purchasing and owning and carrying a firearm or whatnot. Again, that's if this is going off if he was in the state of Tennessee. But even if he wasn't in the state of Tennessee, there's plenty of places in America where owning and carrying a firearm is very much illegal. I know Ja Morant is he's from South Carolina, so I also know South Carolina, just like Tennessee, very similar situations to the gun situation in as it is in North Carolina, like it is in Tennessee and South Carolina. So with that being said, there's a let's say 85 to 90% chance that wherever Ja Morant was at when the video when the Instagram live was recorded, it was probably legal. He probably legally owned that gun. He legally possessed that gun, and he was lawful in carrying that gun in the way that he was carrying that gun. The problem becomes when these athletes, these certain celebrities, I'm sure, especially if you have like a talk show or you're in a job or a position to where you have some sort of public relations, some sort of public what's the word I'm looking for? Some sort of public what is the word I'm looking for? It's like you represent, you are a, this is really gonna bother the fuck out of me. You basically you have a public representation. You're part of your job is doing your job, but also looking a certain way and carrying yourself a certain way. You have a certain responsibility to not have certain images or certain portrayals of yourself out, because it will harm people who are attached to you, the companies who are attached to you, who you have your deals with, who you have your your brand deals, your licensing deals and things like that. So the NBA and the NFL is definitely one of those situations to where, yeah, shit that is technically legal, you still can't do to a certain aspect because it has a certain funk around it, if you will. And morality, that's the fucking word I was looking for. You have a certain you have to upkeep a certain morality of your who you are, your person, who who you represent yourself as. So, and like I was saying, the NFL and NBA, they definitely do have the morality clauses in all their contracts, because again, there's just certain things that you can't do. Like you can't be associated with. They really frown upon being associated with certain things and certain images of yourself. So that comes into that. I mean, well, that's where this comes into question, and this comes into the territory of they can start punishing him, because when he signs his contract, just like him and anybody else, when they sign that contract and they sign up to be a part of the NBA, a part of the NFL, they also sign up to uphold that morality clause and to keep their name clean, basically. So that's number one. That's the first problem with the Ja Morant shit. The second problem with the Ja Morant shit is just coming from the black community and being a part of the black community, where a lot of people in your situation they come from neighborhoods and areas to where they have to have guns on them to protect themselves because shit gets serious out here. Like a lot of these NFL, NBA players, these athletes, they come from areas that's not the best areas to be in if you don't have to be there. Like that, let's just keep it a buck. And for Ja Morant to, and I don't know his upbringing like that. Like I said, I do know he's from South Carolina. I want to say like the Spartanburg area, somewhere down there. But seemingly he doesn't come from that type of area. Again, this is allegedly, seemingly. I don't know exactly what a nigga is from. I don't know how real niggas is in Spartanburg. So don't come for me. I don't want no smoke. But it's seemingly he hasn't had that type of upbringing to where something like this would be the norm for him. Let's just say that. So the second issue that a lot of black people anyway have with him being trying to portray this image of like being hood or whatnot, it's just like you don't have to do that, bruh. And especially now, because you come from, or not you come from, but you are currently in a situation to where, my nigga, you have no reason to be in these neighborhoods. You have no reason to act like you're from these neighborhoods. You have no reason to pretend that you this hood nigga. For what, my nigga? You up to what is this contract, like $200 million? Like, my nigga, you up. Anybody excuse me, anybody who's in those poverty-stricken neighborhoods who have to live like that to survive, their goal is to get out of that type of environment so they don't have to so they no longer have to live that way, so they can move on from shit like that. But now it's seeming like you've got to where you've gotten to and you want to go back to that. And it's just like, why? It's just like, why? And for that reason, I feel like, and this ain't really no shade to this ain't really no diss to JJ Redick or whatnot. Well, it kind of is, but not really just him. But it's certain people who shouldn't even be. It's certain specifically white people shouldn't even be talking about the Ja Morant shit, because y'all don't know. They don't know people who even have to live that way, who come from environments like that, to even speak on it. So it's like, what are we doing at the end of the day, bro? Like, y'all don't understand this shit. Oh man, I really don't want to talk about this shit, but it was some shit I seen on TikTok earlier, and this culture vulture shit is really a thing, bro. And I be talking about this shit all the time, so I try not to rehash the same conversations over and over again, but it be the same shit. Motherfuckers just talking about the shit that goes on in our communities and try and speak from our perspectives, and they ain't never lived it a day in their fucking life, bro. So at some point, these motherfuckers just got to shut the fuck up and take a backseat to some of this shit, bro. That's it, plain and simple as that. But back to the JJ Redick comments. Yes, it's not illegal. It not like I said, 75. There's a 75 to 80, 75 really the 90% chance that it was not an illegal situation. But due to the clause in your contracts, my nigga, it was illegal. It was illegal in the guise of your contract, or it was in breach of your contract. I seen earlier that he's already, I think they took his shoes off of the Nike website. They took his shoes off the app, and I want to say they was talking about taking them out the stores, or the shit that I seen said that they was taking them out the stores too. So he already it's already looking like he's about to lose something as far as the Nike deal goes, which, if we being honest, they really just scooped him up to replace Kyrie, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's already showing ramifications. I seen he's already been suspended again. They saying that it's gonna be a more severe suspension this time. I seen something that said, I don't know how true this was, but I seen something that said he's gonna miss I think it was 50 games or something like that. That it might stretch out to be the full season. If you fuck around and miss the full season, I want to say due to his contract, he's gonna miss out on, I think it was $30 million next year, something like that. So they really finna. If he didn't learn this, well, clearly he didn't learn this lesson last time because he did this shit again. But they really finna teach his ass this time, bro, because I seen Adam Silver was interviewing with somebody. That nigga just looked like, yeah, I got to deal with this shit again. So they finna handle my boy. I hate to say it, but at the same time, my nigga, this is the second time you've done this shit, so you're doing it to yourself. So you can't even be mad or put the shit on nobody else because your homeboy tried to look out for you and cover the phone up when he seen your dumb ass was over there with the gun out. But hey, I mean, I guess it is what it is. But the nigga gonna learn. They gonna teach that nigga one way or another. But anyway, moving on from that shit. Let's see what else. What else do we have on the list? Let's see. I guess we can go into the Rick Ross situation. So over the past like 2 or 3 weeks or so, it's been this Rick Ross has been in this, I don't want to say argument, but like a kind of a bickering back and forth. Not him personally with his neighbors, but there's been this tension with Rick Ross and his neighbors because Rick Ross, he has a house in, I believe it's somewhere in South Georgia where he has a lot of land. He got a big ass house. It was actually the house where they shot Coming to America 2 at. So he got this big ass house. He got a whole lot of land, and so last year, I think it was last year, he hosted a car show on his property basically. And with the car show, I want to say it was a couple artists that came and they performed. And it was like kind of like just a day festival kind of thing, a day event kind of thing. But the neighbors, the people who live in the area of Rick Ross anyway, they had an issue with it because of course it was a lot of people that came out and they had traffic kind of fucked up, and it was just really just an inconvenience kind of thing with the people who live in close proximity to Rick Ross, because there was a lot of cars parked on the side of the street, they were saying, and there was just in general a whole lot of traffic that they're not used to in that part of town, because it's obviously out the way type of neighborhood, a type of property that Rick Ross has. But just what the last, I want to say maybe week or so, Rick Ross had announced that he's doing the second annual car show. He's trying to do his second annual car show. So the neighbors took to, I want to say it was like a city council meeting or something like that, and they basically complained to whatever city that they live in, saying how they wanted it to be stopped, basically. They wanted him to not be able to do it. They wanted him to have to cancel the event because of the inconvenience that it caused them. So I want to say earlier this week, Rick Ross was on his Instagram or on his social media saying that the permits or something got denied. So they basically pretty much got the shit shut down. And I seen this video earlier where Rick Ross was talking about it. Give me 1 second. This is what he said on his social media.
And as you look around,
Gun culture.
it's a lot of talk about neighbors. And as you look around, I don't have many, but for the ones who consider themselves my neighbor, a neighbor is a neighbor. And this is some real talk right here. A neighbor is if your house was on fire and you wasn't home, I go get the water hose and fight that fire to goddamn I got some help. A neighbor is if somebody pulled up and wanted to do something to one of your kids, goddamn it, if I had on my flip-flops like I got now, I'd kick them bitches off right now. You can't do nothing to them. That's a neighbor. A neighbor is a neighbor. A neighbor is somebody that's gonna cover your back while you gone. If I see somebody breaking in your house, oh no, that ain't gonna happen. Put it down. Don't make me do it. That's a neighbor. And I love my neighbors if you my neighbor. It's a lot of talk about neighbors.
All right, so basically, as you just heard, Rick Ross is saying that y'all niggas live near me, but y'all not my neighbors for real. Y'all don't really fuck with me for real. And a lot of, because I want to say he put out a video earlier. A lot of the shit that he's referring to is, I'm assuming him feeling like y'all doing all this with the city council and whatnot, trying to get these permits, or trying to get me to have to get all these permits or whatnot from the city, and now the city is denying them or whatever. Y'all doing all that and didn't come talk to me, basically. Didn't come, you know what I'm saying, like holler at me on some, we have a problem with this type shit. So it's kind of like you went going over somebody's head. And really, if you look, cause you can look up like the area view of Rick Ross's property or whatnot. He has plenty of room to do whatever the fuck he wants to on his land. And it really, that triggered a thought in me with just the how these certain neighborhoods have these ordinances and these like the HOAs and things of that nature, where they restrict they have a whole lot of authority and power to restrict different things that you want to do. Of course, something like a day festival or something like that, a car show on your property, that's kind of on the extreme version of things. But I'm also talking about things like putting up a shed, or putting in an in-ground pool or something like that, putting up a certain fence that don't fit the aesthetic of the neighborhood type shit. Like, it's kind of, to me, it's wild as fuck that I can pay whatever the fuck I paid for this land and put my house on it, and this is my property, this is my land, but the city or the government of my town or the area or the HOA or whatever little side bullshit authority, quote unquote authority figure ass motherfuckers can come and tell me what the fuck I still can and can't do on some shit that I paid for. Like, that's really some bullshit, bruh. Again, the car show shit is an extreme version of it, because that intrudes on other people's daily life or whatever. Other people's daily life who also pay for their own land and whatnot in their area. So again, that is an extreme situation to what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just, like I said earlier, little shit like the shit that I want to do in front of my house. If I want to build a deck onto my house, I got to get it approved by a surveyor and all this shit, bro. Like, that shit is fucking wild, because I'm already paying for this shit. So I already paid my mortgage and my taxes and all this shit. You can't truly own this shit any fucking way, because you got to pay taxes every year. And if you don't pay your taxes every year, they can come get your shit anyway. Which is another thing that's fucking wild to me, my nigga. Because how the fuck can you say I own this shit, but then if I don't pay my fucking taxes, y'all can come take the shit back anyway? So I really don't own the shit. I'm really still renting the shit on top of paying a mortgage and every fucking thing up, bro. Like, fam, I'm not finna go into all this shit right now. This shit is just fucking wild to me, bro. This shit is really fucking wild to me, how this country works. It goes with that, because it's the property taxes on land, houses, cars, all this shit, nigga. I think even pets have like a property tax that you supposed to pay. I don't think niggas be paying this shit like they supposed to, but I want to say if you have a pet, you still supposed to pay property tax on that, which is fucking nuts, bro. These motherfuckers go out their way to find any and every kind of way to make some fucking money. And that's kind of like shit, like if you live like in a big city or whatnot, and you have like a city that has like a skyline view, you have to pay air tax, or you have to pay Yeah, I think it's called air tax. Is it air tax? I think that's what the fuck it's called. But it's basically, like I said, if you live somewhere in the city and you're wherever you live at has like a certain view of something. Like say I lived in New York and my apartment had the view of the Empire State Building or something. And somebody say wanted to put up a building next to my apartment or whatever, and I would have to basically pay a fee to keep that view. And I want to say it's called an air tax. I want to say it's called an air property tax or some shit like that, bro. But it's to keep my view the way it is, and to keep people who own the buildings around my apartment or in front of my apartment or whatever from building their building up to where it intrudes on or impedes on my view of whatever my fucking view is. It's really some wild shit, bro. And it's really a joke, my nigga. This shit is really a joke. When you think about some of this shit that is just the norm for us. It's like, fam, how and why is that? Who thought of man, I'm not doing this shit right now. But it's like, who thought of this shit? Who approved this shit? Who orchestrated? I got so many questions, bro. I have so many questions. But moving on. Let me see. I guess I'm gonna go because I ain't really got too much in there. This might be a shorter episode than usual. But fuck it. I guess I'm keeping it in the TikTok since that's where we at with it. So I'm sure you've probably seen I'm sure you've probably seen by now. The young lady Regina J on TikTok. Regina J is, from my understanding, she's a social media influencer. She does a lot with like Get Ready With Me. She's one of the girls who is on TikTok, and her whole thing is trying on clothes, buying clothes from like Fashion Nova and Shein or Shein, however you say that shit, and just different outfits and whatnot. She puts different outfits together for different situations or whatnot. It's kind of it's like basically like a lifestyle blog kind of thing for the girls. And recently she went viral for this, I think it was a body stocking that she had on. And she's a very, very attractive, very, very attractive young lady. But yeah, she went viral for the outfit that she had on, and it very quickly went from everybody this is specifically on Twitter that I've seen this, but everybody having her back as to, she's so pretty, she's so beautiful, she's all this, she's amazing, stunning, all this, and it very quickly turned. And honestly, it's the other girls on Twitter specifically, but social media saying how, basically trying to downplay how attractive she is. They basically trying to say she looks like the average girl from, I can't remember what nationality she is, or they said that she was, but they basically trying to downplay her, saying she's the average looking girl from wherever her nationality is from, or she's the average looking girl from this city or that city or whatnot. And it's really a conversation of women don't like women, bruh. Like let's just keep it a buck. The women don't really like women, and when there's a woman on the timeline, again, this is specifically Twitter. This is specifically Twitter culture, but it ends up bleeding into other social medias also. But when there's a woman on the timeline who's getting certain attention, who's getting positive attention from majority men, or really just anybody in general, there comes a point very shortly after all the praise that the woman gets. There comes a wave of negativity and downplaying, and she ain't really all that, she's just blah blah blah. And it's really something that I find funny and also not funny at the same time. because it also feeds into the conversation of, women getting dressed or women putting on makeup and these certain outfits and getting their bodies done and things like that. Because on one hand, women will say that they only do it for themselves and they only do it for them to look good amongst themselves and amongst their girlfriends or whatnot. But then on the other hand, when it comes to certain conversations, they'll say that they only do it because that's what niggas like. That's what men like. That's what men like to see. That's all we like on Instagram and things like that. And it's just a very interesting. I would love to have this conversation with a couple different women who think differently about the topic in general, just to see what the consensus kind of is amongst the. And I don't want this to seem like a shot at nobody, but the average woman, what the everyday woman, I should say, thinks about this topic. Because again, to me, it's just very interesting at the dynamic of the conversation depending on the situation. Because in this case, it seems to be one of the situations to where it started out. It's kind of crazy because it started off as she's doing the type of content she's doing, which is again the get ready with me's the women aesthetic for the day, the outfit of the day, lifestyle type stuff that she's only doing for the girls. She's buying all these clothes and trying on all these clothes for all the girls to see, this is how this fits in this size. And this is my body type, so order this in a size up or a size down depending on where the outfits is coming from or whatnot. And then it kind of changed to her or the other girls who was at this point hating on her, saying that she's doing this for male attention. So, and I hope that made sense, because I know that was kind of extended, or that was kind of the long version of what I was trying to say. But I don't know. It's just a very interesting conversation, or it's very interesting to watch, because like I said, when she first went viral, because one of her videos really popped off, really popped off. Like it's not even been a week. It hasn't even been a week yet, and they already done flipped on her. But again, that goes into the conversation of shit that happens on social media is like 2 or 3 days can seem like months of some shit. But yeah, it's just a very interesting. It's very interesting to watch how on day one of her shit going viral, she was getting all the praise in the world, and then by day 2.5, it's, oh, she cute, but she ain't nothing special. Cause they started talking about her hair, cause I don't know what type of hair she has, but apparently it's the type of wig or the type of weave that she had in. Again, I'm the wrong nigga to ask about the specifics of all that shit, but I seen girls talking about her hair, how her hair looked clearly fake to them, or it wasn't the right fake hair. And it's just like, fam, y'all gonna find something. If ain't nothing there, but y'all gonna find a way to make something out of nothing, bro. This shit is fucking crazy. But then they love to say niggas hate women. But I mean, that is true, because I be seeing some shit some of these niggas be saying, and it's like, my nigga, do y'all like women? Like, of course y'all want to fuck them, but do y'all actually like women, bruh? And that's a whole other conversation in itself, because I be seeing some shit on the timeline, and again, this is specifically Twitter that I'm talking about, because it just be some wild shit. Niggas just be saying the most wildest, outlandish shit, and then that conversation kind of bled into the whole 50-50 conversation that came up fucking again. Like I said, every 3 to 6 months, these niggas bring up the same goddamn conversation. Every 3 to 6 months, bro. It's like fucking clockwork, my nigga. It's like fucking clockwork, bro. The shit with Gabrielle Union was interviewing with somebody. She was talking about her and Dwayne Wade split their bills 50-50, and motherfuckers started talking about how he's a what 100 millionaire or something like that, and he done cheated on her and all this shit. And motherfuckers talking about, if I couldn't be with nobody that cheated on me, and I'm still paying 50% of the bill. If I get my fucking words together, I'm still paying 50% of the bills. This nigga that cheated on me and blah blah blah. And it's like, fam, if you don't want to be with a motherfucker that cheated on you, why the fuck you worried about how the fuck you and the motherfucker who cheated on you gonna split the bills for? It be like, motherfuckers be lacking common sense, bruh. Motherfuckers really be lacking common sense. I hate this shit. Cause like I said, it's the same shit every 3 to 6 months. It never fucking fails. The next shit that's gonna come up, it's gonna be some motherfuckers talking about the who pays on a date again. That shit is due up next. Then after that, it's gonna be time for the what's the other shit? Should a man have to take care of the woman's kids if he's dating her? Should a man who's dating a woman with kids have to take care of her kids too? It's like, fam, nobody fucking cares, dog. Nobody fucking cares. I just seen a video earlier of this guy. He started talking about his daughter is about to get married, and he was asking, is he an asshole because his daughter is about to get married, but I think she didn't want, or she didn't have the relationship. She had a better relationship with her stepdad than she did with him, who was her biological dad. Or it was some nut ass shit. Like, it was about to be another one of these little dumbass conversations. This is just like, fam, why? Why do y'all get on these apps, open y'all's phones and make up these bullshit ass scenarios, or put y'all real scenarios out there for motherfuckers to talk about for content purposes, bro? Like, just shut the fuck up. Excuse me, how about that? How about you just shut the fuck up? Just shut the fuck up a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. Just shut the fuck up, fam. I say that, but then again, I do need some of you niggas to keep talking, because I need some shit to talk about on my podcast and in my little videos that I be doing. So, but for the most part, I need y'all to just shut the fuck up just a little bit, fam. Just a little bit. Just shut the fuck up. But let me see. There was another conversation, kind of, and it all boils back down to the gender war shit. That's what's at the basis of a lot of these conversations. Men and women alike don't like each other. Let's just call a spade a spade. We don't actually like each other. We just want to fuck and then keep fucking until motherfuckers magically fall in love one day and live happily ever after. No middle ground in between. Motherfuckers just want to meet, fuck, keep fucking, and then be in love with somebody else who they wasn't even fucking, because the motherfucker that they was fucking is now they got to the point where they ain't got on their goddamn nerves, and they want to find somebody else to now fall in love with, have a bunch of kids, a household, a white picket fence, and all this shit. Like, fam, I be, dog, I be so over this shit, bruh. I be so over this shit, man. God, I be so over this shit. But it was another little dumbass conversation that was going around where this girl named she goes by Machiavelli on TikTok. Fuck, am I finna find that shit and talk about it? I think I am. Give me 1 second. So I gotta actually find that video. How do you spell that shit? Is it M-E or M-A? I think it's M-A. Yeah, it's gotta be M-A. M-A. How the fuck do you spell this girl's name? It might be M-E. M-E-K, M-E-C. Yeah, M-E-C, Machiavelli. Let me see. Let me find this dumbass. Here it is right here. So just a little. Oh shit, it's not gonna play.
When men say shit like,
Okay, just a little bit of context. So she's replying to a comment that somebody left. Somebody I believe it's a nigga. I'm pretty sure it's a nigga, but somebody commented on her page or commented on one of her previous videos, where she was kind of, I think she was kind of talking about Ari or somebody. He was talking about the business or something that she does. I'm not 100% sure, but the comment that the comment that she's replying to is somebody commented on her previous video saying, "Y'all idolize rappers' baby mamas." So this is her rebuttal to that statement.
this and made me laugh because y'all do the same thing just in a different form. Y'all idolize men who throw balls. Y'all could tell us how well them men throw balls. Y'all got they statistics, they numbers, they track record on how long they been throwing them goddamn balls. Y'all watch them throw them balls 3-4 times a week. Y'all watch them throw them balls 17 different ways because, there's 17 different games of men throwing balls. Y'all know all them men who throw balls, names, their history, what schools they been at throwing them balls, what teams they played for throwing them balls.
All right, so that's basically the whole thing. She goes on to sarcastically describe men idolizing men who play sports, basically. So there was two conversations that came from this, which was basically one conversation was people tried to make her out to be making a homophobic comparison because of the way she was sarcastically saying men throwing balls. She kept saying that over and over again. So some people went down the route of that. She was making it gay, quote unquote, that men like and idolize professional sports players and whatnot. But then there was a flip side, which I don't see how motherfuckers came to that conclusion whatso fucking ever, because but anyways, I don't see how motherfuckers was making that conclusion. It was solely based off of how she was sarcastically saying men throwing balls. But the other conversation that kind of spurred from that was how men athletes basically can't be compared to rappers' baby mamas. Which, yes, that is true when it comes to what both of them actually do overall, and what their whole, I don't want to say existence, or what their whole jobs and careers and whatnot portray in the overall sense of everything. But there was a very clear great comparison that she was making that motherfuckers just decided to ignore, because the conversation went straight to the conversation pretty much went straight to damn near comparing Ari Fletcher to LeBron James, which the wildest shit in the fucking world, because y'all again miss the whole point of what she was trying to make. She was basically saying that the same way men clown women for idolizing rappers' baby mamas, it's the same way that niggas turn around and idolize men who play basketball or play football or do whatever. And I'm gonna be honest with you, she should have just used the rappers themselves as an example, more so than the basketball players and the football players, because niggas get bent out of fucking shape when you start talking about when you start talking about the niggas that throw balls. Niggas get real bent out of fucking shape when you start dissing their favorite ball players or whatnot. So she, in my opinion, she should have kept it to the rappers themselves, because the same way niggas clown women for idolizing rappers' baby mamas, it's the same way niggas idolize these rappers. It's fucking, I've literally seen on multiple occasions niggas that's 30, 35 plus on the timeline talking about some shit they OTF, they 4PF, they 4K Trey. It's like, nigga, you don't know You don't know them. You don't know Lil Durk. You don't know Lil Baby. You don't know YB. You don't know nobody that know them. You don't know nobody that know somebody that know them. But yet your grown ass is sitting around talking about, yeah, that's gang. That's Big Bruh and them. Whole time, this nigga YB is what, 23 years old? You 35 with 5 kids of your own, calling this little nigga Big Bruh. Fam, what the fuck is we doing out here, dog? What the fuck is we really doing out here? But I just hate how everybody tried to just dismiss everything that she was saying. Like they couldn't understand the comparison, the very clear comparison that she was making, that niggas idolize other motherfuckers too. Y'all just don't want to admit it, or y'all just don't want to, or y'all want to make excuses for the shit because this motherfucker is plays for your favorite sports team, bro. Like that shit really fucking blew me, dog. That shit really fucking blew me. It's two whole conversations going on behind this one fucking video, and both of them missed the whole fucking point of what the fuck she was saying, bro. Like you niggas really be lacking. You niggas really be lacking comprehension skills, I feel like. I really don't be understanding, because she was very clear in what the fuck she was saying. And it was not to compare Ari Fletcher to fucking LeBron James. It was very clearly comparing, y'all idolize these motherfuckers because y'all relate to them in some form or fashion. We idolize these motherfuckers because we relate to them in some form or fashion. And this is a conversation that I'm really not finna have right now, but that goes into a conversation about there not really being decent woman representation as far as public figure goes, because outside of a few of the Cardi B's, the Meg Thee Stallions, Lottos, the Ari Fletchers, and people of that nature that come from either hip-hop artists, rappers, or hip-hop artists' baby mamas, it's not a whole lot of women out. It's not a whole lot of woman representation as far as public figure goes. As far as somebody who's a young woman who's, you know, in high school or middle school or something like that, they have to look up to, that's in the limelight the same way like a LeBron is, or a Steph Curry is, or Drake or J. Cole or somebody like that. Because it's not a lot of women rappers make it to the point where they are as big as their male counterparts. And then on the flip side of the sports aspect, if we gonna keep it honest, we gonna have a real conversation. Nobody gives a fuck about women's sports like that, bruh. It's sad to say, but that's the truth of the matter. Nobody gives a fuck about women's sports like that. Nobody gives a fuck about women's sports like that to the point where the current sitting national championship, women national championships for LSU said that they cool on going to the WNBA because nigga, that shit don't pay what the fuck I'm making right now. That's what who was Angel Reese and what's homegirl's name? I always forget her fucking name. Flaugy. If I'm saying your name wrong, sweetheart, I apologize. I want to say her name is Flaugy. But yeah, they was on what I think it was the Breakfast Club. They was on the Breakfast Club saying, "My nigga, I'm cool on leaving college early and going to the NBA because with these NIL deals and these partnerships and all this shit, I'm making 3-4 times what motherfuckers in the WNBA is making right now. So why the fuck I'm finna be in a rush to leave this shit behind? You shitting me? Fuck out of here. I'm keeping my fucking deals and my partnerships, and I'm gonna run this shit up for my 3-4 years that I got left. I think Angel Reese is gonna be a senior this coming up year, and I want to say Flaugy is, and I hope I'm saying her name right. I want to say Flaugy is finna be a sophomore. No, she's finna be a junior, I think, this year. So yeah, they both sitting on the side of, nigga, I'm finna ride this shit the fuck out. Fuck what they doing over there in the WNBA. But like I was saying, when it comes to the women counterparts of these men, these male athletes and entertainers and things like that, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of well-known women in that aspect. Like, it's very few and far between. And the ones that there are, they are who they are because they were attached to. I mean, unfortunately, again, we got to be honest with the conversation. The women who are in that spotlight, the majority of the ones who are well known and who you could say are household or on their way to being household names, they are attached to the male counterparts. They are attached to the rappers or the athletes or whatever the case may be. So it's like when it that in a lot of cases they don't the women, young women growing up, they don't have the representation of, like, again, a LeBron James, a Steph Curry, or somebody like that, because we not shining light on women, the WNBA. We're not shining light on a lot of the female rappers outside of, again, like, it's what the five major ones, which is the Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Lotto. Let me see who's another female rapper right now that you could say is household name at the household name level. Nicki, Cardi, Lotto. I guess you could put Glorilla up there. Let me see. Amongst the younger crowd, the Lola Brooke. What's the girl that just came out? That she got the song now. Big Sexy or Big Red. I can't think of her. I can't remember what her name is. But yeah. And even then, nigga, after you get past really Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, don't nobody, as far as a overall household goes, don't nobody know these motherfuckers' name like that. You might know them when you see them, but then you got to go into other categories. Well, I mean, it don't really matter the category that you're going in. It's just women in general. But of course, you got the Beyoncés. You have the Summer Rockers, Ari Lennox, Scissors. But even then, when you start counting them, it's only still maybe two handful of people or two handful of women that's really some standouts that you could say is, again, household name level. So, bro, I don't. It's just been it's been a hell of a week with a lot of these topics on social media, bro. But I just, back to the video that I just played, the Machiavelli shit, the conversation shit that she started. I just hate how motherfuckers just completely either disregarded or completely misunderstood the point that she was trying to make. And because I felt like that shit was very clear and concise at what she was saying. But you niggas, like I said, lack comprehension skills and don't know what the fuck y'all be talking about. Y'all be looking to that be a whole lot. This be a whole lot of where the issues lie at. Motherfuckers listen to respond and don't listen to understand. That's where a lot of this shit gets mixed up at, because motherfuckers will listen to the first 5 or 6 words that you say and react on that, not realizing that the last 3 or 4 words that I said agreed with you. So now we arguing just because you didn't hear my whole statement and chose to debate me on that shit. Like, fam, if y'all shut the fuck up. Again, shut the fuck up a little bit, bruh. Just shut the fuck up a little bit. That's all you gotta do. Just shut the fuck up just a little bit. But, yeah, that's gonna be it, man. That's gonna be it. I just wanted to come in. Like I said, I was feeling good about this week. Want to come in and put another one out. So I'm gonna take my own advice and shut the fuck up a little bit. But this has been another episode of the Just Alex Show. I've been your host, Just Alex. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, DM, cuss me out, however the fuck you feel. Also, as always, you can check me out on the Let's Find Out radio app. They're streaming 24/7. Make sure you go to whatever app store that you use, Google Play, Android, iPhone, Apple Store, or iStore, iTunes Store, whatever it's called. Download their free app. Definitely go check them out over there. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get the fuck out of here. And yeah, like as always, thank you for listening, and we out.